Yo, shut up, Tommy Tuberville. If I gotta hear about this Ukraine one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. Tyler Perry pretty much stopped gentrification in southeast Atlanta. So y'all ain't gonna hear me talk too bad about Tyler Perry. Other than that, Madea was some bull. I never liked none of them movies. Alright guys, before I start this video, man, we got a brother in need, big supporter, man, Jeremy. He sent me a video. He wanted me to show it to you guys. He's going through some things and he needs a little bit of assistance. So if it's on your heart, I'm going to put his GoFundMe in the comments. And if you feel like you want to help the brother out, then do what you can. If you can't do it, he understands, but he's just looking for any assistance that he can get. Alright, let's get to the video.
Hey everyone, I'm fundraising to be able to see my first child be born. My name is Jeremy and I'm from North Carolina. I was laid off of work due to company shortage and demand. It took a toll on me since I had moved to a new city. While this was going on, I was in the process of trying to re-enlist to the military because of a medical discharge. Me and my fiance found out that we were having our first child soon, late December. I would love to be there to watch our first child be born and to support her. But sadly, I had to move back due to hardships and no job security. I'm still seeking employment. I'm humbly asking for any contributions as it will help us in this time of need. Until I'm able to enlist back into the military where our family will be stable and taken care of. And I want to thank Big Bro Dre for giving me the opportunity to be able to share my story on his platform.
What is poppin', guys? Boy, Big Bro Dre, and I'm back with another video for y'all, man. In today's video, man, got a few topics to go over with y'all, man, in today's pod. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I shot. For those that know, you know. Shout out to Jerry and Drain for calling me, checking up on me, man, making sure I was good to go. Yeah, it's just been really busy at my job, to be honest. I really don't have a lot of time to do nothing. So YouTube is kind of like my fourth or fifth responsibility. So it's really no time to like actually get into what I need to get into when it comes to YouTube. But I still appreciate you guys' support. Check the doggone what you call them damn thing. I checked the subscriptions this morning, matter of fact, and we almost at 5K. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you telling people about my channel. Appreciate you guys still watching the videos and following up with your boy, man. I thank you for it. We got a couple of topics to go through in the pod, and I'm gonna put some videos in here today so you guys can watch the videos. I don't really have time to watch them with you, so I just put them in while I'm talking about them, and we can run it like that. So, in the vein of this podcast, I always gotta start with military stuff first, because that's the backbone of this channel. First military topic is General Tuberville blocks military promotions for high ranking officials. So pretty much, I'm gonna put the video right here.
Well, Chris, Senator Tommy Tuberville is exploiting the unique fact about the Senate, which is that they need unanimous consent to do anything quickly. For generations, the Senate had been confirming these promotions for military and flag officers by unanimous consent with no objections, no controversy. Now Senator Tuberville is blocking that in order to protest the Pentagon's abortion travel policy. It's been going on for nearly 4 months now. Military families are in limbo. The Marines have no confirmed leader. For the first time since the 1850s, President Biden's own nominee for the chairman of the Joint Chiefs is warning that the military is going to lose talent if this sort of thing continues. And all the while, Senator Tuberville is unrepentant. He insists that this policy be reversed and that he won't drop the hold until the Pentagon cancels it. And if they want to do it, they should have to pass that through legislation, which is obviously not going to happen here in this current configuration of Congress. Tuberville again used his power to block this recently, just yesterday. Let's have a listen to what he said on the floor.
This is my 11th time to stand up here and keep harping on the fact that we need to do something about this new policy that the Secretary of Defense has passed down and passed to the military.
Pretty much, General Tuberville is a senator, I think, from Louisiana. I got to check that. Let me look real quick. He's a senator, And I guess because something crazy is going on in Congress, and it's some political stuff going on in Congress. I'm thinking because I think it's the abortion bill. The Republicans don't like the abortion bill, and they saying that that's a reason to block military promotions. And I'm doing more research on this right now, guys. That's why. Because I watched some of the video, but you know, them politicians, man, I don't be wanting to hear that shit. Me personally, honestly, I don't think one thing should have to do with another. So, hundreds of military promotions are on hold as Republican Senator demands into an abortion policy. So, I'm guessing policy, I don't know what the policy is. I think it's making the government pay for people's abortions, right? If they want to have abortions. Somebody in the comments correct me if I'm wrong. But if that's the case, I just don't believe that non-military officials should be commanding military decisions. Matter of fact, do Tuberville even got some? Let's see if Tuberville has some military service. Tuberville military service. Cause sometimes I think when I say stuff like that, it might sound like I'm being biased, but I just be thinking people that don't have nothing to do with the military should shut the fuck up. Like, I just don't think you should be able to talk. Like, shut up, bro. Tommy Tuberville. Let's see. Military. Nope. With the Ole Miss. Auburn. He was a freaking football coach. Cincinnati. I don't see shit about no military service. Did he do any military service? All right, let's get in here. Did he do any military service at all? I'm gonna go to the question. Did Tommy Tuberville serve in the military? The answer is a resounding fucking no. No, Tommy Tuberville never served in no military. Yo, shut up, Tommy Tuberville. I don't think you should have no control or no say in shit we do. Those worlds should be separated. There should be somebody in charge of defense, and that person should be the person that makes defense decisions. That person should have military knowledge and knowledge of operations. That person should be the person in charge of military. And then he should only answer to the president. Shouldn't have to answer to Congress. Shouldn't have to answer to no senators. Shouldn't have to answer to no Democrats or Republicans. Shouldn't have to answer to nobody in no appointed position, especially if they ain't never did no military service. They don't know shit about what we got going on over here. So if Tommy Tuberville, shut the fuck up. That's it for that. I don't even want to talk about that shit no more. I don't even care what the abortion policy is. It don't matter. He shouldn't be the person stopping military people from getting promoted. So all them generals and all them high ranking officials who've been doing this shit for their whole life, and you stopping them from being promoted because you want to be on some political high ground. Some shit we don't even give a shit about. Which leads me into the next topic, is the government shutdown. How many times is the government going to threaten a shutdown? All right, I don't know what the answer is to fix this. But I know that when they shut stuff down, it affects a lot of federal employees. A lot of those federal employees work with the military, so it in turn affects the military. It affects state proceedings. It affects state parks. It affects sometimes postal services. So you might be waiting on a check to come. That ain't coming because the post office is not going to deliver mail or some shit like that. Right? So, listen. I think politics get me hyped up because they always sticking their nose in the shit that they don't have nothing to do with. Instead of trying to fix the military, you need to be trying to fix the budget. They need to be trying to fix the deficit and how much money we owe other countries. They need to be trying to fix that. And you know what else? I saw a news article about the government sending more money to Ukraine. If I gotta hear about this Ukraine shit one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. Like, stop sending money to... Okay, I understand why the government is doing it. I don't understand why it is as much. And I don't understand... Because they're doing it because it's an investment in national security for the United States. What it does is it builds defensive and protective situations for the United States as far as landmass and protective allies and stuff like that. So where Poland sits, Poland is a damn NATO. They're part of NATO. So where it sits is close to Ukraine. So if you can protect all of that from Russia and the Chinese, then you have standing protection over from the forces coming from that side. It's more about protecting the entrance of the United States Army, or United States military and defense. So I get why it's being done. I don't get why it has to be broadcast. I don't feel like that should be something you should be telling the American people, because the American people don't need to hear that shit, because everybody don't understand that defensive side. So I think I understand why they're doing it. I don't think they should be telling us they doing it. And I definitely don't think they should be sending as much money as they sending. I think it should be in increments. $2 billion, $3 billion at a time is crazy. They shouldn't be doing that shit. The last military one that I had was about I don't know if y'all heard about this, and I'm going to put the video somewhere. I'll probably put it right after I say what it is. The Chinese and Russia sent 11 military vessels near what's the name of that city? I hate when I do the research on my shit and then I forget what the research said. 11 military vessels. And bear with me, guys. I'm rushing because I got to change the command in brief today. Any of you guys who are warrant officers, especially PBOs, any of y'all who do property book, or you're a supply person, you know what a change of command in brief consists of. So I pretty much gotta go. I gotta be in early so I can set that up. So I'm trying to get through this and give you guys some good content and keep you guys afloat on some of the things that's going on that you guys might not have done the research on yourself. So the Chinese sent 11 military vessels near Alaska as, I guess, some type of threat, or some type of like we big and bad type shit. The Navy sent 4 Navy destroyers to let y'all know y'all can't really with us. You feel me? And that's what I'm talking about. Big Navy. And I ain't even in the Navy, but I'm with that though. Shout out to the Navy. So yeah, they did that. Russia, China, they kind of backed off, so they ain't over there doing that crazy shit no more. That's it for my military stuff, man. If y'all got any more military comments or any more military topics y'all want to send me, let me know. I seen a couple of you guys email. Matter of fact, I think I wrote down, somebody sent me an email about their promotions, since we was talking about promotions. And let me see what they said. Hold on, guys. Mr. CPT says, what's the likeliness of making staff sergeant in 6 years? Is that too fast or is that too slow? All right, so that's a good question, Mr. Captain. CPT is short for captain, I guess. So when I was coming up, I actually made staff sergeant in 6 years, 2 months or something like that, which back in the day was perfect time because the war was going on. Promotions was a lot quicker. So I think it's depending on what time you kind of did doing it, and when you like, if you would have did it back in the day, that would have been right on time. If you would have do it now, that's pretty fast, honestly. So it just depends on how promotions are going within the Army. If you gonna get promoted that early, if it's gonna be fast or whatever, it just depends on that. So all you could do, if you don't make it in 6 years, don't be hard on yourself, because promotions might be down for the year you trying to make promotion. You know what I mean? So yeah, Mr. CPT, thank you for the question. And that's the only one I actually had a chance to get to this morning. So I guess I'll get to the rest of y'all's. I saw one from Brown Davis. I think that's your name. Davis Brown might be your first name. And I saw another one from Samantha Ballard. So Davis Brown and Samantha Ballard, I'm gonna get to y'all questions on the next podcast. All right, hold me to that. And if I don't get to your question, hit me up in the comments and put me on blast, or shoot me an email if you want to be a little bit more discreet with it. All right, so yeah, Davis Brown and Samantha Ballard. I'm trying to put check marks by y'all name in a box so I can make sure I do this shit next time. Alright, so that's it for the military stuff. Hey guys, football's back. Football is back, and I feel sorry for Jets fans, man. That Aaron Rodgers shit happened so fast, man. What did he break? It's like patella tendon or some shit. How did he go down? Aaron Rodgers injury. And I wasn't even watching the game. I saw it in a highlight because every morning I get up, I turn on YouTube, and my YouTube is kind of set to like ESPN and shit like that. So I saw it. Oh yeah, he tore his Achilles, man. Oh man, Jets fans, if you a Jet fan, man, leave a comment let me know how you feel about that shit. And if you haven't already done so, please like, comment, and if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. We're a community, and I appreciate you guys, man. I'm probably be putting out YouTube videos till I die, man. I enjoy this shit. Most times I enjoy it. But yeah, football is back. If you got a team, put your team in the comments. My team right now is the Falcons. I didn't watch the last game, but last time I checked, they was 2-0. Like I said, I'm a busy guy, man. I don't have time to do shit, bro. So, like, I'm literally running around like a chicken with my head cut off every day, working. I'm in what you call a brigade combat team. And if you know anything about the Army, the BCTs are the busiest units in the Army, pretty much, other than Special Forces, who up and go all the time. Special Operations. But yeah, football's back. Biggest story in football right now is young Deion Sanders and his children. Deion, living in Colorado, used to see the hype that goes on with Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is a big deal around here. And he's doing something that hasn't been done in Colorado. He's making a name for himself at a school that hasn't been relevant ever since I ever been watching NCAA football. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know last year I think they went 1-11. They won one damn game and lost 11. Like, that's not a good team. Deion already got them up 2-0. Their wide receiver, I think his name is Travis Henry. He got hurt. He's got a lacerated liver from a late hit in the game, and that was a dirty ass hit. I think I'm gonna try to put the hit right there.
Off the football, and Travis Hunter, as Quint just reported, done for the night. This was the hit that he took earlier in the game on the unsportsmanlike conduct hit from Henry Blackburn. He did return to the game after that, but subsequent to that, I mean, he was in just recently too.
Yeah, you don't want to speculate as to the injury, but that was a heck of a hit to his midsection, right around his rib cage, right around mid-chest level.
But yeah, it was a dirty hit, and I ain't appreciate it, but they ended up winning the game anyway. And a lot of people talking shit about Deion. A lot of people don't like Deion. They say Deion too flashy to be a coach. He doesn't respect the coaching game. He doesn't respect the game of football. I mean, that's an opinion. I mean, I actually like the guy, and that's nothing new. Like, Deion Sanders has always been like that. Deion Sanders is the same football player that used to get catch a pass or interception and a high stepping his from like the 50-yard line or something, or like, yeah, this guy would high step with defenders on him. So Deion Sanders is the man. Stop hating on Deion. Get off Deion back. Leave that man alone. All right, next topic. Brick Lady, man. Brick Lady. I'm gonna put her picture up here. Brick Lady. That shit was crazy. I'm kind of late with the Brick Lady stuff. I didn't really want to talk about it until I got all the facts anyway, because I didn't really believe that she got hit in the face with a brick. After hearing some of the details, I thought so the first time, and I was like, that's the craziest shit I ever heard. Who just hits a chick in the face with a brick because she didn't give her number to the person? That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. But yeah, the story in it, if you didn't hear the story, young lady was standing outside and she had a large swollen look on her face. Like, I'm gonna put the picture up here of her. And she got on social media and said somebody hit her in the face with a brick. Now, the story sounded crazy because she was yelling at the guys behind her and saying why they didn't help her. And, you know, in the black community, we got this thing about assisting and looking out for black women. Like, we protect black women. That's the thing in the black community. So, and nobody was protecting her. So they made up all these stories about how she's toxic and she be making all kind of crazy videos and stuff like that. Yeah, and come to find out, the girl had like a allergic reaction. So she never really got hit in the face with a brick. So I think what I hate about this story is the most is when people do stuff like that and something really happens to somebody, you're not going to believe them because people crying wolf like this chick did on this video. I didn't appreciate that. And I'm sure many people did not appreciate that. I don't like to victim blame, and I don't like to I want to believe when somebody said they was hurt so that we all could come in a community and protect that person. But that's ridiculous. Like, that makes people believe. It's the same thing with the girl who lied and said she got kidnapped. It's like it makes people skeptical about believing valid stories. It might be somebody that really got hurt, and because our society is training us not to believe shit nobody says, we never gonna believe what they say. So yeah, I thought that was the craziest thing ever. But y'all comment on the brick lady in the comments too. Iran prisoner swap. I watched a lot of videos about this story, and I still don't know why the hell these people was in Iran. If you know that, tell me in the comments, because I don't have a clue why these people. Why would you go to Iran for anything? That place is a shithole. Nobody wants to live there. Shout out to my people that's from there. That's different. I'm talking about like to go there and just be not from there. Like it's real homogenous is what I'm saying. Like, it's not the type of place outsiders are accepted. Is what I'm saying. Not like no disrespect to Iran and any viewers that's over there that rock with me, whatever. It's homogenous. Like, there's no way you gonna go. That ain't like going to the Bahamas. So it is what it is. They did like some type of trade for like some oil. My only question when I saw that was, why y'all ain't trade for Brittany Griner that fast? That was my only question. Why it took y'all shit almost a year and a half to go get Brittany? That's crazy. But yeah, they traded for 5 prisoners that was over there. I guess them guys was over there for like a few years, and the government knew about it, but they kind of wasn't. I guess they was treating them well, so they wasn't pressing the issue. And we just found out about it this year, so they finally released them. I think the government waited till they had a good deal on the table before they was able to release people, because we released some of our Iranian prisoners to Iran, and they released the United States prisoners back to us. So I don't, the details of the drop we never gonna know, because those is government secrets that you just not gonna know. That shit is national defense stuff. You're not gonna never know that unless you got that super high level of clearance. I ain't talking top secret. I'm talking about presidential, White House, Secret Service level of clearance in order for you to find out that type of shit. So yeah, that was a good, interesting comment if you thought that was interesting. And the GM walkout. So the GM walkout is going to affect a lot of us, and I don't think we understand how the GM walkout will affect us right now. So GM stands for General Motors, and what happened was a bunch of people wasn't feeling like they was being paid right, so they went on strike. And GM right now consists of General Motors, Ford, and another company named Stellantis. I don't know much about Stellantis, but I do know General Motors and I know Ford. And when people go on strike, it affects the economy in ways that you won't actually see directly, but indirectly. So if people from GM strike, right, that means car production and auto manufacturing ceases, because what happens is it closes down plants. So that raises the cost of cars now. So if you got a car, don't sell that motherfucker. Keep your car you got now, because you might not be able to get another one, because a car that would have cost you $15,000 this week now costs you $35,000 to $40,000, because it's a rare commodity now. So another thing that does is when people strike is it raises the actual cost of the product for the company that they striking against. So when you got to pay workers more, the product goes up, because all them executives ain't taking no damn pay cuts. So somebody got to take the pay cuts, and it's going to be us as the consumer. And no disrespect to them people. I understand when you're not getting paid what you want to get paid, you want to get paid more. I get it. You want to make money so you can support your family. I understand that. But I just want y'all to understand that this may affect you as well as the government shutdown. So all this shit going on at the same time. I don't know how long they've been on strike, but I could tell you that that there were 3 plants that are on strike in Detroit, and I think these are the biggest plants that make vehicles within the continental United States. Ford Motor Company, General Motors, and Stellantis NV Company. I don't know what the hell Stellantis is. Comment and put in the comments if you know what Stellantis is. Somebody asked me who was my favorite military YouTubers too. I got somebody asked a question about that in one of my comments or emails or something, my DM or some shit. And I gotta put a list together because I got a lot of them. So I'll probably put that in the next video. So if you ask me that, I'm gonna answer that in the next video. And last but certainly not least, Tyler Perry. You don't know who Tyler Perry is. Tyler Perry is a really big executive producer of movies, filmmaker. He starred in a few movies. Madea might be the most famous movie y'all know him for. Well, recently he came under fire from a lot of people because he said he was giving advice to black women that some black women have crazy, unrealistic ideas of what they should have in a man. And he was saying that they should settle for somebody who might not make as much money as them.
And a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man, and is good to you, and honors the house, and honors his wife, and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
Now, I understand what he was saying, but I don't think that he said it correctly. I think what he wanted to say was, excuse me, shit. I think what he wanted to say was that people should be acceptable of their partners, regardless of their financial situations, if they're doing the best they can to build with that person. But see, what happens in relationships that people probably don't know is, especially when in our society, where men are seen as providers, and when a woman in a relationship makes more money, and that relationship not strong already, she tends to make the rules, and a lot of men can't deal with that. Now, I don't agree or disagree with what Tyler Perry was saying. I think the way he said it might have been difficult to understand for a lot of people, but I get what he was saying. Was that a lot of people, these days, a lot of women are making a lot of money, right? So they expect their man or significant other to be making as much or more than them. But if you in Atlanta, you making 150, 200K, and you dating somebody, a janitor or something, he's not. How can you expect him to make that type of money? But you gonna look down on the man because he blue collar and he don't make as much money as you? I don't agree with that. Because even if you personally don't want to do those jobs, somebody has to do those jobs, right? That's number one. Number two is, men have been the sole providers for many, many, many years. And I still agree with that as a statute. I agree with, I was raised that the man is a provider. And that might be something societal I might need to change by myself. But I was raised that way. So I believe that. But times are changing. The time of the independent woman has come, and they want their men to be an equal level as them. But in today's times, that's tough, man. That is tough. No disrespect to these people's channels, but I was watching some other YouTubers' channels, and they were women, and their content, honestly, if I say this, is gonna sound like hate, but it's not hate. Some of their content isn't engaging. but they're doing great because they're women and they look good. And I get it. I'm not hating on it. I actually respect it, and I respect it, and it's great, right? But you can't knock a struggling YouTuber for trying to come up the same way as you when y'all playing on two different fields, man. Y'all are playing on two different fields. And that's how I kind of translate it to what Harvey Lord. Well, I want to put them guys in the same category. I do not know. Tyler Perry, what he was saying, but they was killing this man, saying all kind of shit about Tyler Perry, man. Listen, I ain't got nothing but respect for Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry pretty much stopped gentrification in southwest Atlanta. When I was stationed out there in Dublin, I remember he was building that film studio on Fort McPherson. Tyler Perry Studios, I think that's what it's called. And the people in the community thought, because I remember I recruited one of those guys that live out there. The people in the community thought Tyler Perry was going to get everybody kicked out from around his film studio. Tyler Perry went out of his way to make sure that the residents that stayed there, wanted to continue staying there, was able to afford housing for staying there. He didn't allow other people to try to move in, or other companies to try to move in and put them people out. So they still able to live there. All right, so I commend Tyler Perry on a lot of stuff that he's done for the community, exclusively being African American, what he's done for the black community. So I appreciate it. So y'all ain't gonna hear me talk too bad about Tyler Perry. Other than that Madea shit was some bullshit. I never liked none of the movies. I think I might have only watched one of them, and I watched two of them. Madea Goes to Jail, and I think Meet the Browns. And that putting on a dress and running around and acting, that shit stupid to me. I ain't thought it was funny when Martin did it. But yeah. So yeah, that's all I had to talk about today, man. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Hopefully I can put out more content for you guys in the future. If you have additional content you want me to talk about, then throw it in the comments. If I was losing subscribers, I would feel like my videos wasn't resonating, and I probably would quit making them, but I'm still getting them. So I'm gonna keep on making these videos until y'all tell me to quit. All right. So if that's been it, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.